Welcome to Fueled by Death Show. Hey, it's not just a podcast anymore. Get ready, the show's about to begin.
I'm ready. I'm freaking weird today, guys. I'm really sorry. But welcome to Fueled by Death Show. Right? No? Dustin?
Should we start this over?
Well, welcome, everybody. I'm really glad you're here. I'm really weird. I'm really sorry if I flub everything I say and screw up a lot. But
hey, at least it'll be entertaining.
We had a whirlwind of a weekend and week and last couple weeks and
life.
It's
a whirlwind of a life.
My brain is just a little fried, but it's good. We're happy you're here. We're happy we're here. This is the companion show to episode 91 of the podcast, and we'll get into that a little bit later in the show. I want to just kick it off by saying I am the incredible Jeff.
And I am the amazing D-Man. I'm renaming you to the very strange, very, very strange Jeff.
Very strange, very, very strange Jeff.
Yeah.
Hashtag. Okay.
Yep, there it is.
I like
Hashtag.
it. I like it. If you guys want to follow us on social media, we'd love it. Our social media is Instagram. That's the one we really like. But we Facebook and Twitter as well. It's real easy. I am at Jeff Wish Coffee.
And I am at Deathwish Dustin. Jeff, I haven't tweeted in a long time.
I know you haven't. You know what you should do? I try to do some tweeting, like organically, but I set up my Instagram to also tweet. You should do that.
Yeah, I feel like nobody looks at those though, right?
No,
Do
I mean,
they?
if you're hashtagging right, it's still people who search a hashtag on Twitter will find it, you know? You should set that up.
I just feel bad if my Twitter account is all just repurposed Instagram.
That's why I try to go in there from time to time and make a tweet, you know?
Yeah.
Twitter's weird.
I'll make a better effort, I guess.
Yeah, Twitter's weird.
Let me know if you guys want me to make a better effort on tweeting. Or don't. I don't know.
If this is your first time joining the show, here's the deal. Every single show, we give away something, and all you got to do is share this feed and drop a comment, drop 10 comments, comment throughout the show, contribute to the conversation, and we're going to pick one lucky comment, one lucky winner at the end of the show to win this, the Das Horn.
It's apparently a premium drinking vessel.
It is
Jeff.
a premium drinking vessel. You get the cool thing about the Das Horn is you get multiple drinking vessels in it. You get it in a stand. It comes with a stand, the horn part, and a ceramic mug on top of it. The ceramic mug is for your hot beverages, and then the horn is actually very useful for a either cool beverage or popcorn or whatever you'd like it for. It also comes with a strap so you can hang it around your neck like a weirdo. But it's a really fun product. We came out with it last year, and we have a couple still kicking around the office, and I wanted to switch it up. We bring out a mug pretty much every single episode.
Well, this is a mug, too. It's
a mug.
It's a horn-shaped mug.
I just wanted to switch it up a little bit, and we'll send this whole package right out to one lucky winner. Again, all you got to do, share this feed, drop a comment in those comments, and one lucky comment will win.
I see people using these at like Ren fairs.
Yeah.
Which is
right?
cool. That's a good idea.
It is a good idea.
It's a perfect Ren fair coffee drinking vessel.
I think it's pretty
And
neat.
you can put popcorn in it.
And you can put popcorn in it. Yeah, of course.
They do popcorn at Ren Fair, right?
I sure do.
You think
Kettle
medieval
corn.
people had popcorn?
Nah, probably not, but
They
I
haven't.
mean,
They hadn't
we
discovered.
do when we pretend to be medieval at a Renaissance fair.
Oh, okay.
So it's all right.
I doubt that they had Mai Tais as well. But,
Yeah, I
you know.
doubt that they did. Yeah, that's for sure. I want to start by thanking our good friend, Brock Powell.
BrockVox.com.
He is the voice actor on this show and 1,000 voices out there in the world. Seriously, go check him out. We said it before on this show. I'm just going to say it one more time. It has been announced by the Disney Channel that the show Brock's been on the last 2 seasons, Milo Murphy's Law, is now going to be re-aired on Disney Channel, the actual channel, not XD. So if you're a Disney Channel fan, you'll be able to start that right from episode 1, season 1, and get to hear all the cool voices that Brock does on that show. Pretty cool stuff. I also want to thank some of our newer friends, one of them being the great people out there at Sennheiser. those are the guys that are making some of the audio equipment we're using now, like these microphones.
Yeah, look how strong it is.
Stop it. I really like this company. They create some of the greatest audio equipment on the market today, and a lot of it's very affordable. So if you're looking to get into anything audio-wise, look for Sennheiser first.
I'll tell
great.
you what, man, and I think I've told this story before, but let me embellish. I bought this exact Sennheiser microphone
For the last band you were in, right?
I bought it probably about 10 years ago.
Oh, bands ago.
It was probably the first microphone that I bought for myself. Bought it for like $90.
Yep.
I was a broke musician at the time.
Yep.
Like Baroque.
Yeah, $90 is a lot for a broke musician.
And the microphone still works perfectly.
Yeah, it
works perfectly, Jeff.
It's a great company. It's a great product. Can't say enough good things about Sennheiser. I also want to just take a second to shout out some of our new friends, a brand new podcast out there that just released its 25th episode, Hypothetical Thinking. These guys are a lot of fun. You can find them on iTunes, everywhere podcasts are found, and each week they discuss kind of an off-kilter topic, and the three of them are hilarious. It's a lot of fun. You feel like you're part of the conversation. Go check those guys out. They're actually now getting caffeinated by Death Wish Coffee, which is really fun too.
Greetings, travelers. We host a little podcast called Hypothetical Thinking. My name is Nick.
What's up? I'm Taylor.
And I'm Johnny.
Shut up, Johnny.
Sorry.
Hypothetical Thinking is a semi-informative podcast that explores the journey from probability to possibility.
What that means is...
Shut up, Johnny!
What that means is that we discuss all sorts of conspiracy theories and mysteries that either haven't been solved or just aren't being talked about.
That's absolutely correct, Nick. Our end goal is to turn that little light bulb on in your brain and get those thoughts flowing.
because we think that...
Because we think that people spend too much time talking about things that matter, and they should take a break to talk about the things that don't for just a little while.
Hypothetical Thinking!
Hypothetical Thinking. New episodes every Monday. Available now on Stitcher, YouTube, iTunes, and TuneIn. Dicks.
And we were part of the conversation with them this weekend because we were hanging with them because they're part of FanFest, and we were at the Heroes and Villains FanFest convention at New Jersey in Edison this weekend.
Much fun. If you're a fan of our show, Fueled by Deathcast, you know that we have done some stuff at the Walker Stalker convention, and this is the other side of it. Walker Stalker is much more Walking Dead based, and this is the Heroes and Villains. They deal with the Marvel and DC television and movie properties and get you the chance to meet some of your favorite actors and actresses. And we were able to caffeinate everybody at the con and moderate some panels and meet some new people.
Moderate the panels.
Yeah. Yeah, meet some new people. It was so much fun. We knew going into it we were going to have a good time because it's the same people that put on Walker Stalker. And I've said it before, if you are a fan of anything Walking Dead related or Heroes and Villains related, if you see one of these conventions come near your area, go. It's the best convention, hands down, and it's fun for the whole family.
Yeah, and, I didn't know what to expect, and we're not huge consumers of, like, the Marvel and DC television shows.
There's so many of them.
Yeah,
Arrow, The Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, Gotham,
and like
Agents of
6
S.H.I.E.L.D.
seasons.
Yeah, like there's so much good TV and not enough time to watch it all.
Yeah, but I was blown away.
Yes.
And everybody, including the celebrities and all of their managers, and everybody working at FanFest, it was just a shit ton of fun. It was a great time.
We had such a good time meeting a lot of new people, and a special shout out to Ray Fisher, who played Cyborg in the Justice League movies. What an amazing individual he was. We got to wish him a happy birthday. It was his birthday on Saturday, moderate his panel on Sunday, and he really warmed my heart as how good of a person he was. And it was so much fun to talk to him about being in an incredibly huge blockbuster movie like Justice League.
And on top of that, going into a giant HBO franchise
like
True Detective.
Yeah.
He's going to be in True Detective Season 3, and I don't know if you guys watched True Detective. I just Season 1. It was probably the best thing that has ever laid its presence on TV. It was fucking incredible.
Yeah.
And I think this third season's going to be great. Ray's a part of it. We don't know how yet.
Yeah, he wouldn't tell us. He wouldn't tell us what capacity he's a part of it. We do know he's attached to it, which I think is part of the fun because you don't want to know everything about True Detective yet.
Yeah.
You don't want to know who the characters are or what they might be affiliated to because that might give away the game.
Yeah, but Jeff and I certainly did our job while we were there and got everybody addicted to our delicious coffee
Yeah,
drug. It
for
was
sure.
great.
It was a lot of fun. And one more time, guys, if you see this convention roll around your area, go to it. You will have a ton of fun, and maybe you'll see D-Man and myself there.
And you'll see Jeff make babies cry, because apparently that's what he does.
It was okay. We surprised Ray for his birthday with an incredible cake made by a local cake maker and with a little cyborg on top of it and everything. And we surprised him and his line of people waiting for autographs.
And Jeff was so surprising when he jumped out and started screaming about birthdays. The baby that was right next to him that he didn't see just just like could not handle it because everybody was screaming and everybody was yelling happy birthday and cheering, and the baby was just in the middle of it being like, what's going on?
So I am subsequently going to get new business cards made that say Jeff Ayers makes babies cry.
Yeah. I mean, I think it should have been there to begin with, and maybe we could have avoided this situation.
Oh, man.
But whatever. You know?
Whatever.
Secret code unlocked. Discount of death.
This week and this week only until September 19th. That's a Wednesday, by the way. On deathwishcoffee.com, if you use the secret code word Colin, Jeff, spell that.
COLIN.
You can get one of these groovy tank tops that I'm wearing here behind us for 15% off. And they're running low, too. So don't wait on this. Everybody's going to be hearing me talking about this, buying the shirt. You're going to run out of your size. You're going to be upset, and you're going to be wondering, why didn't I move faster, D-Man? Well, dude, I don't know. But move now. Colin, 15% off until September 19th on deathwishcoffee.com. Tank tops.
All week long. It's a great product. It's, as you can see, got the logo on the back. On the front, it's got our industrial logo. It's all black. Perfect for the beach or working out. And like you said, there's low numbers on them. So we're trying to push these out to you. And 15% off, why would you wait? Why would you wait?
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't either.
Jeff, why is it Colin, by the way?
I'll get to it a little bit later, but I'll give you a taste. It's because we talked to a really incredible individual on the podcast this week, and his name is Colin.
He's a wrestler.
He's a wrestler. We'll get to that a little bit later in the show.
Science!
All right, D-Man, science this week. So, in my hunt for cool science topics, I look at everything. I have a couple different science news websites that I look at, and I am always looking just for something that I think is going to be really interesting. More often than not, it's something in space.
Yeah.
This is one of those times that it's not.
Yay!
Yeah, we're not going to...
I don't have to panic.
Yeah, you don't have to panic. There was some cool space news, but I thought this is pretty cool. It's actually two different stories, and they're all about cheese. I like cheese. Do you guys like cheese?
Now I know I'm dyslexic because I read early and ancient Chinese.
Chinese. No, it's early and ancient cheese.
Oh man! Ooh.
Yeah, this is actually a photo of cheese that was made in a very ancient way. So that's the way that they would do it. It's not ancient cheese.
The old people made it.
Yeah, yes, old people made it. But so I did a little digging on these two stories, and I didn't know this, and we'll talk about this in a little bit. That cheese itself actually helped the farming communities move into Europe from Africa.
Move.
Show's over, everybody. We'll never top that pun. No, it actually helped them migrate from Africa to Europe way back in thousands of years ago in BC as farming was becoming a thing.
Yeah.
You know? And the reason why is because it was a food that could travel.
Yeah.
Which is really neat.
Can't go bad if it's already bad.
Right, exactly. So first of all, the analysis of fatty residue in pottery from two Neolithic archaeological sites in Croatia has revealed fermented dairy products from 7,200 years ago.
Wow.
And these are some of the pieces that they found, actually. Access to milk and cheese has been linked to the spread of agriculture across Europe starting 9,000 years ago. That's when people started migrating across and actually bringing agriculture to everybody.
Man, I did not know cheese was that old.
Me either. I honestly didn't. That's why I thought this was so surprising. Like, I love cheese, but I had no idea that it was around, in 7,200 years old. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. Evidence of cheese production in the Mediterranean has, until now, only dated back as far as the Bronze Age, 5,000 years ago. So this actually adds over 2,000 more years to the history of cheese.
Wow.
Yeah. It's really neat.
Cheese story.
Cheese. I didn't think we could go any farther, but he dug down deep.
I'm not done. I am not done. There are many more jokes to be had on this topic.
Oh,
Go,
my
Jeff.
God. In a new study by Pennsylvania State University anthropologist Sarah McClure and co-authors, they analyzed stable carbon isotopes of fatty acids preserved on pot shards from 2 Neolithic villages. And I'm going to get these wrong. Pokrovnik and Danilo Bittinge.
Yeah, you're definitely getting those wrong.
Yeah,
please move on.
It's Croatian. And they're on the Dalmatian coast, which is east of the Adriatic Sea, and they found this direct evidence, which really suggests that cheese production happened way earlier than we thought it did.
So did Croatians invent cheese?
Not invent it, but cheese kind of was invented, from what I was researching, it was kind of invented all at the same time. Because like you said, it's basically just fermenting milk.
Yeah.
And so it happened almost accidentally
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
But then people were like, oh, I can eat this, and it actually is a form of, sustenance that can keep me going. It's not just like
So cheese invented itself.
in a sense.
Yeah.
Cheese was like, I'm going to be cheese.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't have a choice.
You don't have
I
a
just
choice.
happen to be delicious. You're welcome.
These villages were occupied between 6,000 and 4,800 BC and preserved several types of pottery across that age range. Here's a couple more examples of that pottery. The team's analysis found evidence of milk along with meat and fish throughout this period, and evidence of cheese starting around 5,200 BC. The residents of those two towns appear to have used specific pottery types for the production of different foods. So the cheese residue they found was most commonly in sieves and another type of pottery called raita. And so, it was specific types of pottery that they had cheese in, specific types that they had fish in, specific types that they had their meat in, and it's pretty neat. So Dr. McClure went on to say, this pushes cheese making around 4,000 years, and the presence of milk in pottery in this area is seen as early as 7,700 years ago.
Wow.
500 years earlier than fermented products. DNA analysis of the populations in this area indicates that adults were actually lactose intolerant, but the children remained able to consume milk comfortably up until the age of 10.
That's so weird.
It's so weird. And the researchers suggest that cheese production and associated ceramic technology were key factors aiding the expansion of early farmers into northern and central Europe. And also, what the production of cheese does is it takes a lot of the lactose out of the milk.
Ooh.
So these humans that were lactose intolerant at an adult age found they could actually consume cheese
Weird.
and still have dairy.
Let it go bad, and then you can finally digest
Right,
it.
exactly.
Yeah, it makes sense that the bacteria breaks down the lactose,
Yep.
and then, it becomes digestible.
Now, unfortunately, they didn't know the same processes, the good processes of making cheese, because they were just, fermenting it and letting
it
it happen.
probably didn't taste good.
Not only did it not taste good, it was filled with bacteria, and it actually created a couple diseases in early human history that people died. Lots of people died from, unfortunately. But
Diseases? I told you I'm not done.
Cheeses. Oh my God. Okay. Well, that's not the end of it. Actually, at the same time, just a couple weeks ago, the world's oldest solid cheese was discovered in a 3,200-year-old jar in Egypt.
It was still there? Like the cheese was still there?
That's it, up on the right-hand corner. Little tiny piece of cheese right there.
Ew, I dare you
Yeah.
to eat it, Jeff.
No.
How much would I have to pay you to eat that?
$10. I'm game. I'll try it.
You're like, no. For $10, yes, though.
So Ptahmes, Ptahmes, was the mayor of Memphis and a high-ranking official under the pharaohs Seti I and Ramses II in 1290 to 1213 BC of the 19th dynasty in Egypt. His tomb is located in the south of the causeway under the pharaoh Unas, which yields a number of tombs dated to the New Kingdom. And this tomb was lost to history. It was rediscovered in 2010 after a part of it was revealed in 1885 and lost under the sands of the 19th century. So in 1885, they were like, I think there's more tombs over there.
Oh,
and
wow.
then years later, the sands covered it up again. And people were like, remember over there we said there were other tombs?
Yeah.
Let's dig over there. And it wasn't until 2010 that they actually excavated it and did find other tombs, including this guy's tomb. One jar in his tomb contained a solidified whitish mass as well as a canvas fabric that might have covered a jar or been used to preserve its contents. So they did a lot of chemical compound analysis, and the peptides detected by these techniques show the constituting material was a dairy product obtained by mixing sheep and goat and cow milk.
Oh, weird.
The characteristics of the canvas fabric, which indicate it was suitable for containing a solid rather than a liquid, and the absence of other specific markers support the conclusion that the dairy product was a solid cheese, the researcher said. So this is the oldest solid cheese we've ever found that exists. Like, we found, remnants like we did before in that other pottery and stuff like that, but this is physically, it's still cheese, which is crazy when we find food thousands of years old. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, cheese is awesome.
Cheese is awesome.
It's amazing that it could last this long, that it's still like they look at it, they go, yep, that's cheese.
That's
They
cheese.
poke it, it stinks. Like, yep, that's cheese.
It's pretty cool. So, I mean, a couple different stories about ancient cheese stuff, and again, when I did the research on it, not only did I not know that cheese had originated so early in human history, but that it was so integral in allowing agriculture to span the globe.
That's
because
crazy.
it was a portable, piece of sustenance that.
Well, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Just like dried meat,
Yep.
dried fruits.
Yep.
Just all of these things, all of these foods that normally go bad, we find ways to naturally preserve them through salts or fermentation. And that's what they had to do then. They didn't have refrigeration. They didn't have jars like we think of them. They didn't have plastic. They didn't have Tupperware. They didn't have the things that we have now. They had to be creative with gross things like fermentation and stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty neat though. So, history of cheese.
Good. It is a fully operational Death Star of the week.
All right, guys, it's time for another Death Star of the Week, and this time's a treat because sometimes the stars live close enough to the area that we get to get them right in here in the studio, and that happened this week. We got a very old fan, not old in the sense of being old. He's been a fan of the company since almost its inception. He is a huge proponent of the official Death Wish Coffee Company community page over there on Facebook. If you've never met Stephen Youker, you're going to meet him right now. Thank you so much for joining us in the studio. It's fun when we get to talk to fans of the company who are also local because we get to talk to you in person and not over Skype. I'm going to start in the place that I love to start on this segment. I want to know, when was the first time you heard about Death Wish Coffee?
First time I heard about Death Wish Coffee, I was actually searching Amazon for fair trade organic coffee.
Okay.
Death Wish came up and been hooked ever since.
Wow. Do you know what year that was?
It was probably about a year before the Super Bowl went.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So pretty close to the beginning.
So you've seen us come from the basement to the Super Bowl, basically. Like, that's crazy. That's awesome.
I've been here to headquarters when you've been in 3 different buildings.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And now we're about to move into another one, and then another one after that. It's good though. It's constant growth, and it makes you feel good. So back to you. So you never look back. You've been drinking Death Wish coffee. What's your brew method? What's your favorite way to brew it?
I brew multiple ways. My favorite is Chemex. Chemex and coffee sock. I love the reusable coffee sock with the Chemex.
Yeah, it's so much better than making a mess with those paper ones all over the place.
Absolutely, and we put the grounds in the compost pile. So.
Yeah. How much coffee do you think you drink on a daily basis?
I probably drink about a pound a week.
A pound a week? I think that's adequate. I'm not. I don't think that's like too crazy.
No,
there are some days where I'm here and I feel like I drink a pound in a day, and it's scary. And it's because they're constantly brewing coffee over in the office, or like we're tasting coffee, different things that we're trying or something like that. And sometimes it'll be like 3-4 in the afternoon, and I'll be like, I'm not gonna sleep tonight. Like I better freaking do something about this.
But you get back to brewing methods.
Yeah.
I also have the AeroPress.
That's really good.
French press.
Wow.
And I have a grind and brew coffee maker.
Oh, like one of the ones that does it all for you. Yeah. Those
put the beans in, push the button.
Those are rad. Does it have a timer on it too? My parents have one too, so like they can set it at night and they wake up and they got coffee brewed when they wake up. It's awesome. That's really cool. So the other side of it is, and I'm sure I know the answer to this, is we not only like to produce an awesome cup of coffee, but we like to produce the cup that you're drinking it out of. You are a mug collector, am I correct?
Absolutely.
What was the first mug you collected from the company? Do you remember? I know there's so many.
The first mug that I actually purchased from the company, which was the mothership at the time, Saratoga Coffee Traders, was the pumpkin ale mug.
That one's a hard one to find.
Very hard one to find now.
Very, very cool.
And at the time, nobody was collecting the mugs.
Yeah.
It actually sat on the shelf there for about 3 weeks after it was released.
Wow, yeah. A fun fact for people who aren't local, we still do stock Death Wish mugs at the old Saratoga Coffee Traders where Death Wish was born in the basement, and sometimes they're on that shelf for a little bit longer than they are on the website. So.
Sometimes they are, yeah.
Yeah, it's a fun little treat for people who are in this area to be able to get those mugs when they sell out so quickly, like on the website. And we never knew that, going into it, like in the beginning, making those mugs, like it was an easy idea. We're a coffee company. Yeah, let's make a thing to put the coffee in, and and we partnered with a cool company named Pottery. But never in a million years did we think that people would be wanting full collections and really seeking these mugs. Do you have a full collection?
Pretty close.
Pretty close.
There's a few that I don't have. I don't have like the Ricky Ride one.
That one's tough. Yeah.
And that, but yeah, pretty close.
That's awesome. Do you have a favorite in your collection? That's a tough one too. I know.
Obviously, my favorite is the Beast.
Yes, yeah, the one that we gave you guys. Yeah, for sure.
Even though they spelled my first name wrong.
Oh, wait. Is it because did they? You're a Stephen with a PH, and they gave you a V? Oh, them jerks.
Yeah, it just makes it more rare.
Yeah, it's true. That's true. Do you have a favorite outside of that one?
My favorite Death Wish produced mug is probably the IPA.
Okay.
The black IPA, like this one.
What's your favorite non-Death Wish mug?
Is one that my good friend Jason made for me.
Oh, cool. Is it a glass etched one?
The blue glass etched one.
Very, very cool.
That was really awesome of him.
Yeah, that's really awesome. I love the community that is built up around this coffee company and the creativity of a lot of the fans and members and stuff like that. Right. It's really neat, like the mugs that Jason makes, and like and you were just telling me that the sticker that you have on your thermos, Timmy met. No, we're not supposed to say that.
We don't want to know who makes them.
We don't want to know who makes them, but it's a community member. So I mean, yes. I think that's really fun. That like there's so many creative people out there doing that. Yeah, secrets. We can't give away the secrets. Speaking on that. The one question that I'm always very curious about from our fans and our community members, you've seen us come from the basement to the Super Bowl and now into space and wherever we are. What is something we haven't done? And this is a question that's very broad. It can be a mug design idea or an event or a piece of merchandise that we might not have tried yet. Is there anything that we haven't tried that you want to see us go for?
I would like to see Death Wish have a hot air balloon.
Ooh, like a big black
hot
air balloon Ooh, with like the white and red logo.
Absolutely.
Ooh, I like it.
And travel to events, travel to the balloon festivals. They're all over the country.
I like
giving
it.
out Death Wish coffee samples.
I like it.
And maybe have it pulled by the Death Wish coffee truck.
Ah, I like it.
Who better to drink Death Wish coffee than balloon pilots at 5 o'clock in the morning unpacking their equipment?
That is true. That is true. And we have a balloon festival every year around here. That would be really rad to do.
Absolutely.
I could see it now. It would just be this black spot on the sky just floating by. That'd be really cool.
The death balloon.
Oh, wow. That's cool. How about on the merchandise side? Is there anything from merchandise that we haven't tried yet that you'd like to see us try?
I'm pretty good on the merchandise side.
Good. I like to hear that. That means that I think we're doing our job okay.
I think it comes out at a pretty good pace. Maybe a little too many mugs.
Yeah,
at this point.
It gets that way, yeah.
It just, it seems like everybody's making a mug now.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to be a Death Wish.
Yep. Oh, it's true. There's a lot of copycats out there.
A lot of copycats,
and
especially on the high caffeine coffee now.
Yep, and as Mike Brown says, bring it on. Competition breeds better product.
Right,
I
absolutely.
mean, we love our competitors, and we want them to succeed as much as we want ourselves to succeed, because it only makes the coffee culture better.
Now, I wouldn't be a good friend if I didn't say I wanted to see Test Batch.
Test Batch. And for those of you who don't know, Test Batch was a thing that we came out with kind of as a mistake, and but it was a lighter roast version, and it's something that we've toyed about, and I've talked about it on the segment before, that down the road, I wouldn't put it past this company to maybe do a light roast coffee down the road as another version of coffee.
Right.
It's not 100%, our main focus right now, but we're always kicking around that idea, different origins of beans, different ways to roast the beans. We are really proud of Death Wish as the coffee that it is, and
absolutely
also Valhalla Java. Thank you, Father Zach. But as the years progress and as the company grows bigger, I really feel like we might really try some stuff. Especially in the vein of a test batch. I've been saying this to Mike actually this last year. It might be a smart idea. Every year we just release the pumpkin blend, if you guys haven't gotten that. But every year we do that as a limited release. We also do the barrel brands as a limited release.
Right.
It might be interesting to do like a test light roast as a limited release and see what the consensus is.
Sure.
Maybe everybody will be like, boo, don't do that again, and we won't do it, or they'll love it and we'll put it into production. So
now I would like to see more barrel brand.
Yes.
More barrel brand whiskey, and I realize that you're only limited by the number of barrels you can actually get.
Mm-hmm. We just got new barrels in today, by the way, so that might mean that there's barrel brand coming by the end of the year.
Right.
That's all I'll say on that. But actually, we've been talking with Albany Distilling, who we work with, and we're also talking to some other local distillers to see if we can up our production. And the only way to do that is to get more barrels.
Right.
So hopefully in the next year or two, maybe we will be able to do more of those blends, because we'll be able to get our hands on more barrels, which will be really rad. Man, this was a lot of fun. I can't thank you enough for coming in and talking with me. This is really great to, like I said, to have you in person right here on the Death Star segment. And thanks so much.
You're welcome.
Awesome.
Thank you.
The Fueled by Death guest.
All right, this week on the podcast, coming out tomorrow, we're really excited. We've got wrestler, comic shop owner, coffee and cereal bar aficionado, Colin Delaney on the show. This guy was so much fun to talk to. We went out to Rochester to his shop, Pop Roc. If you go on out there, it's amazing. It's a brand new idea. They serve cereal all day, every day. There's Saturday morning cartoons on the televisions. There's video games everywhere. There's comic books, the pop vinyl figures, all sorts of pop culture stuff.
They have a cocktail bar, and it's all different energy drinks mixed with different energy drinks, and Pop Roc's in there, and all sorts of weird stuff. We had a few. They were incredible. They were so good.
And they serve coffee all day, and not just any coffee.
Death Wish coffee.
Death Wish coffee.
The world's strongest coffee.
And it was so much fun to talk to Colin. Colin was a professional wrestler back in the ECW days. If you remember ECW, Colin was a wrestler called the Extremely Cute Wrestler. And I think it fits him. he's kind of cute.
He's extremely handsome. I don't know about extremely cute.
But we talked to him about his wrestling days, which he still is wrestling. In fact, this photo is a recent photo. When the WWE comes around, they'll call him up sometimes and be like, hey, jump in the ring, and help us out. And he will. But he still wrestles in a lot of the underground scene in Rochester. And when we were done talking to him at the shop, we actually got to go see him in his element and watch an entire match and film the whole thing. And it's so much fun, guys. I can't wait for you guys to listen and hopefully watch tomorrow's brand new podcast episode with Colin, because there's a lot of fun stuff in there. We took video of his shop. We took video of the wrestling. It was so much fun to talk to him. But I got a sneak peek for you of tomorrow's brand new episode with Colin Delaney right here. Congrats on this shop.
Thank you.
Because it is that feeling, the thing where you get all of your favorite things together, and then you just are like, you know what? I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to do this. I'm going to make something from all of my favorite things.
Yeah, and we've had a bunch of people come in and say, like, things like, oh, I've had the same idea, or I had an idea just like this. So it's like, yeah, I'm sure everybody did at some point, because
you didn't do it.
It's a bunch of cool things that you like, and a bunch of people who like them, so it only makes sense to open it. But we got up the balls and just said, you know what, let's do it.
And I think there's a void of this kind of thing.
Oh my God,
and
yeah.
Also a demand for it. We're always going back to the things we loved as kids.
I gotta ask, from a wrestling standpoint, do you have a favorite move? Do you have a go-to move that you like? That not necessarily that is like, I'm saying like, a signature move, but something that is your favorite when you get to pull it off, kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't know. No, I don't. It depends.
It depends.
I've been doing this for a long time, so it kind of changes with the day.
Yeah.
I just invented a move recently, which is pretty cool.
Excellent.
Because at this point, wrestling's been around for so long. So when you kind of invent something that is all your own, it's a good feeling.
Yeah.
And it's kind of crazy because now the wrestling world has kind of caught a hold of this move, and like I'll see it on other things, but it's like, oh, that came from my brain. I came up with that.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. Can you talk about it?
I hang the guy up so he's seated on the ropes.
Okay.
And he's facing outside of the ring.
Okay.
And I run and I slide out of the ring under the bottom rope and grab him at the same time and rip him off the ropes. So like a baseball sliding German suplex.
Happy birthday. Surprise! I'm naked.
All right, D-Man, birthday time. So let's jump right into it. On Friday, September 14th, turning 45 years old, Rick Grimes himself,
Coral,
Andrew Lincoln. Man, what a career this guy has had. Movies, television, all before hitting one of the biggest television shows as the main character for the last 9 seasons.
That's insane.
Insane. The leader of the group on The Walking Dead. It returns next month in October for season 9.
Oh, you got a haircut.
It has been confirmed that this will be Andrew's last season on the show. So spoiler, that probably damn well means he's going to die, because when people leave this show, they get eaten by zombies.
Or, well, it's kind of half and half.
Or shot by somebody.
Yeah. More people die from living people than the living dead in this show,
That's
I would say.
the whole ethos of the show and the comic book. The Walking Dead is not the zombies. The Walking Dead are the humans trying to continue to retain their humanity in a post-apocalyptic world.
So good. It's such a good premise.
Such a good premise.
They do a good job with the show. Sometimes it may get a little bit too dramatic for my liking.
Yeah.
But, God damn, is it it's such a treat to have a show like this.
Yes.
And, like, the special effects.
Yes, Greg Nicotero.
So gnarly.
Greg Nicotero is the best in the business when it comes to practical, graphic special effects, and he does it the best. And, I'm on the fence if the show should continue after losing its main heart. It's Rick Grimes after Andrew leaves.
I would say it's losing its head.
That's true.
Its heart is Daryl.
Norman Reedus. That's what I was going to say. They have some really strong characters that can continue on with the show. Jeffrey Dean Morgan's Negan.
Yeah.
Norman Reedus is Daryl. Denai's amazing Michonne.
Yeah.
I mean, like, these are huge enough characters that I think the show can continue. And it's cool because if you're a fan of the comic books, Rick hasn't left the comic books, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, like, and a lot of the characters that are dead on the show are alive in the comic books and vice versa.
Yeah.
So it's like two stories in the same vein, which is a lot of fun if you're a fan of both of those. So a happy birthday Friday to Andrew. On Saturday, we got a pair of Toms. First up, turning 41 years old, Tom Hardy, one of your favorites.
Yeah, my favorite.
Yeah, this dude, I mean, come on. Mad Max Fury Road, guys. If you haven't seen that movie, check him out.
I think I got a Tom Hardy look going on.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, a little bit. But, you know, a ton of good stuff that Tom has done. Incredible stuff. In fact, I think either his breakout role or one of his first roles was Black Hawk Down, way back in the day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I didn't even know he was in that
Young.
movie.
Yo, man, he just looks like a kid in that, for sure.
Yeah, I even like watching his earlier movies. They're so good. But Bronson, man.
Yeah, I got to say, though, I love Tom Hardy. I'm scared for him for Venom because I am a huge comic book nerd, as you all know, and I was excited when they initially were like, we're making a Venom movie and we're casting Tom Hardy. I was like, that is the best news ever. And all of the trailers have made me sad. To me personally, my opinion, it looks like it's gonna suck. Am I going to still go see it in theaters? You're damn right I am. I see every superhero property when they come out because I'm a nerd like that, and I love it. And so hopefully I will go into that theater, and I will be pleasantly surprised.
I think we will.
You know, I'll tell you this. I went into the theater when Guardians of the Galaxy came out going, I'm going to dislike this movie.
Really? You thought you weren't going to like that movie?
Yeah, a talking raccoon in a tree. I'm going to be like, and I read comics. I don't even like them in the comics. I was like, this is going to be stupid. And I left being like, this is the greatest movie ever. I love this movie.
Oh,
so
man.
I'm hoping that I have the same experience where I go in going, I don't know if this is going to be great. And I leave and Tom Hardy, you know, ropes me back in and is like, no, Venom was awesome. I hope.
I hope so too, man.
We'll see.
Mostly because I love Tom Hardy.
Also, Saturday, September 15th, our second Tom, turning 72 years old, Tommy Lee Jones. This guy's career, holy crap. The Client, The Fugitive, U.S. Marshals.
Two-Face.
You didn't think I didn't have it, did it? One of his worst roles. I mean, look at that costume. The dumbest costume ever.
What?
Ugh.
I have that suit.
You
in my
do
closet.
not. If you do, you're wearing it to next show. You don't. I wish. I'm gonna get Dustin a suit
You're
like
like
that,
disappointed. You're like, you don't.
You don't.
Aw.
But what a great. I just love Men in Black.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
Captain America. He was the general in Captain America. It was like the first Captain America.
like 10 years ago, Captain America?
Captain America, the first Avenger. Yeah, the first movie.
Oh, no, I'm thinking like Captain America.
No.
Like the movie that we had in like the 90s.
David Hasselhoff? No. No.
That was David Hasselhoff?
Oh, no, I'm thinking of Nick Fury when he was Nick Fury. No, yeah. No, it wasn't that one. No, it was the first one with Chris Evans.
I don't know if I watched that.
I think you did. It was set in the 40s. No, you never saw it?
I think I skipped that one.
It's really good, and Tommy Lee Jones is excellent in it. And he also was okay as Two-Face, playing opposite Jim Carrey's Riddler in Batman. What was this? This was Batman Forever?
Forever, yeah.
Yeah.
So good. Or was it Batman and Robin?
No, I think it was Batman. Batman and Robin was Poison Ivy and Bane and
Freeze.
and chill. Get to the chilpter. The chilpter? That didn't work.
Jeff,
I got to leave the puns to you.
Yeah, leave the jokes to me,
All
dude.
right,
That
all right.
was just,
All right.
oh.
All right. Finally, Monday, September 17th, a very happy birthday to Cassandra Peterson. And I bet you, Dustin, you're probably looking at her and going, I don't know who that is.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you do. Because she's otherwise known as Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. Elvira is an incredible anomaly. Like, back in the day, there was a movie marathon called Fright Night back in the 70s, and they wanted to revive it in the 80s, and they wanted to, instead of having a man kind of talk about the movies before they started, they wanted to do a woman. And they came up with this character, Elvira, and she has become everything. Comic books, video games, her own movie They did Elvira, Mistress of the Dark in 1988.
I still think of that movie all the time.
Yeah.
And I quote it all the time.
Yeah.
Because there's this one scene, and it's like, it was just like this quick joke that I got as a little kid, and it was like, I can't believe I got that. But she's like fixing a sign or something, she's up on a ladder, and something bumps her in her head. And somebody walking up goes, "Oh my God, are you okay? How's your head?" And she's like, "I haven't had any complaints yet." And it was. So whenever anybody asks me, "Oh my God, how's your head?" I say, "I haven't had any complaints yet."
She was always risque with the double entendres, and that's what's fun about her and the Crypt Keeper.
Yeah.
It's two separate people, because even though the Crypt Keeper was a puppet, it was still voiced by an awesome voice actor.
Yeah.
It was these two people, at the core of their job was just to introduce content.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
You know, but they are icons for doing it.
Yeah.
And it's incredible. And still to this day, she still does Comic-Con appearances. She still does intros for monster movies and stuff like that. Still working. Still
Pretty
is
sure I
awesome.
saw her on Pawn Stars recently.
Oh, maybe.
Like,
She does a lot of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
So happy birthday to her and everybody this week. Let's roast something.
I smell a roast.
Does it smell like burnt toast from that fucking robot burning your toast?
Yes, it does. And before we get into that, I just want to say one last time, guys, share this episode. Drop a comment in those comments. We're going to pick one lucky comment at the end of the show, and it's going to win this Das Horn. And we'll send it right out to you. Like I said, every show we try to give away a mug, and this is still a mug. It's a little different.
Yeah, it's certainly a premium drinking vessel.
It's a premium drinking vessel. It's a lot of fun to own, and you can have one for free. All you got to do, share the feed, drop one of those comments, and we'll pick one at the end of the show. But yeah, let's get into the roast. So I saw this crop up a little earlier this year, and it made me angry immediately, and then I forgot about it. And then randomly, somebody was talking about it last week or something like that. And it like stuck in my brain again. And so when I was thinking about a roast for this week's show, I was like, I'm going to look this shit up again. Robotic kitchens. This is a thing that has been developed for the last couple of years. And I'm not really sure how to feel about it. That's not true. I'm pissed. It pisses me off. This is just a funny picture. This is a robot that, I forget who, a Moto Man, yeah. And they're basically teaching this robot how to perform different tasks. And this was to flip an omelet to see if it could do that without breaking an omelet. Yes, it could, but it was basically a parlor trick. It's not like they're going to have an army of Moto Men doing this yet. There are two separate things when I say robot kitchen. First of all, there's a restaurant in Boston called Spice. Okay, and it's been created by MIT graduates, and it cooks your food in 3 minutes or less, and it serves up 7 different varieties of bowls. You've probably seen these crop up everywhere now. It's the new fad to eat deconstructed food in a bowl, basically, like a poke bowl or like whatever, so that's what it does, like vegetarian, vegan, meat options, and it cooks them in a bowl, all right? Now, it says, and I'm gonna as we're talking, I'm gonna be playing you guys some video of the kitchen and how robotic it is as it's cooking. But it says on the website that the only human in the kitchen is the garnish employee who adds your toppings. I immediately say bullshit, because I don't care if you've got a guy after the food is cooked adding the rest of your toppings or whatever, or before your food is cooked, putting those toppings in there. Who's prepping that food? Who's cutting the chicken into tiny little pieces?
Robots, dude.
Who's dicing the No.
It's robots.
Nope, they don't have that. They don't have it in this kitchen. No, the robotic part of this kitchen is the cook, and that's what it specifically says. They're just saying, they're not saying anything about the prep. You still need prep cooks, everybody. And that's kind of what pisses me off about this.
Knows.
That's what kind of pisses me off about this anyways, because I think cooking is a skill that is being lost on humanity and that everybody should know. I think home ec should be in every school, and I think that cooking should be a vital source, just like shop class, just like computer class. It should be things that are taught to our kids so you have this skill. People are always saying that, like, skills are dying. Agriculture. We talked about cheese earlier in the show. Agriculture is dying. Farming is a lost skill to a lot of people. You know, I think cooking is the same thing. And sure, this restaurant, 3 minutes or less, you get your food. It's $7.50 for a bowl.
That's pretty good.
Which is cheap.
I want to try it.
They got Michelin-starred chef Daniel Bolid to create the dishes. And I just think at the end of the day, you're taking jobs away from cooks. You're taking, because at the end of the day, all it's doing is it's putting it into an induction wok and it's cooking the food at a very even temperature. That's fine, but you still need somebody to prep it. Why not have somebody cook it? It kind of makes me a little angry.
It's a bit gimmicky, to say the least.
It is a bit gimmicky. This is worse. The company Moly is producing the first fully robotic kitchen. Okay, this is an overhead shot of it, and I also got another shot
real?
of it. This is real. There's a little bit more of a shot of it.
Oh, okay, it's like a tube.
Yeah, it has everything it needs right there. They've been producing.
Does it clean itself too?
Yes, it cleans itself
wow.
too. They've been producing this now for 4 or 5 years, and apparently it's coming out at the end of this year. It's $92,000 for this unit, to which I say, if you're going to spend $92,000 on a robotic kitchen, do one of two things. One, pay for damn cooking lessons with $92,000. Or two, hire a damn chef.
Rebuttal. Except for the chef part. Yeah, you can hire a chef. Which is great. You're employing another human who probably loves cooking.
Yeah.
But if you have $92,000 to spare, you don't have time to spare. You don't have time to cook.
Bullshit.
Cooking lessons are of no use.
Bullshit.
The time it takes you, if you're like a mogul billionaire, the time it takes you to cook food costs you a lot more than $92,000.
Well, still, my argument is robotic kitchens are taking jobs away from cooks, and cooking is a human thing. Cooking deals with all of your senses, okay? And I have some quotes from some chefs about this robotic kitchen, and they kind of prove that point. Executive chef Virgil Brandel from Conrad, Miami, which is a very high-end restaurant in Miami, says, chefs put a little bit of themselves into every meal that is prepared, making no two dishes identical. I believe that it's because of the chef's own personal touch, plating the dishes and flavors in the preparation that truly make a quality dish. Most importantly, I think one must engage all 5 senses in order to prepare the perfect meal. And to go farther on that, the executive chef of the Kitchen by Wolfgang Puck in Missouri, Austin Gresham, says professional chefs have to improvise constantly as they prepare dishes. If a recipe says to bake a potato for 25 minutes and the potatoes are more or less dense than the previous batch, then cooking times will vary. I would challenge any machine to make as good a mashed potato from scratch as a cook who works for Joel Rubicon. Additionally, pots, pans, ovens, and grills have hot and cold spots, which is very true. A chef has to quickly improvise and turn sheet pans into ovens, not use certain spots on a grill or certain pans, etc. And that is the truth. And I can tell you, even from the fact of how many times have we hung out and I've grilled for you? A lot, right?
Yeah, hundreds. Hundreds. Yeah.
When I grill, and I really enjoy grilling, I do enjoy cooking. When I grill, I'm grilling whatever type of meat it is specifically for that type of meat. I'm not looking at a steak and going, all right, 4 minutes on this side, 4 minutes on that side. Whatever happened, there's your steak. That's not it. I'm being attentive to it. I'm seasoning it a little different. If I'm on a different grill, I'm moving it around a little bit different. Maybe I'm adding in a couple minutes on one side because it's a little bit fattier. Robots can't do that. You know?
Why not? Why not? Why can't a robot? I mean, not saying that this robot does that, but why can't a robot analyze a piece of meat, literally scientifically break down how much fat content, the density, and adjust accordingly? I know I'm talking about a lot, but why can't that happen?
Maybe in the future, maybe it can, but at this stage, it's not. And
but you got to start somewhere,
right? Go the
right?
other side of it. Go produce. Go produce side. Are we going to get a robot that's going to be able to squeeze a tomato and see exactly what kind of tomato that is, a potato.
Yes.
The greens on a green, being able to really see, I should probably not use this piece of lettuce. I should use this piece of lettuce.
I mean, we're just getting closer to singularity where robots are becoming closer to us. But, I mean, you can scientifically analyze anything for what you need to see.
I guess.
Even better than you can see with your hands or eyes. Yes, you can train yourself to be like a machine, but a machine can just break down everything.
We're not there yet, though, and I think that...
But how are we going to get there unless we start trying?
I don't think we should. I think cooking should always be a human experience. I don't think we're ever going to get a better dish than from a top-of-the-line chef putting his heart and soul, using the ingredients he or she wants to use, and serving you that dish the way they want to prepare it.
I bet that he said the same thing about chess players.
It's different. That is different. Chess, at the end of the day, you have the same end game at the end of the day. That's not the same with a dish. That is not the same with a dish. I can say I'm going to cook you a steak, but I'm going to cook that steak in a specific way for specifically you because of the way I want to cook it then. Not because I just want that steak cooked. I don't want to just corner that king and checkmate that king.
But there's multiple ways to win, and especially you have to adapt on a chessboard. I'm just saying, yeah, we might not have that technology there yet. We can, and this is how we get there. And I guess maybe I'm not as sensitive about it as much as you are because you were a cook for so long. This might be your roast, Jeff. I would eat robot kitchen food.
So you would go to a robot kitchen and eat
I mean, obviously, I don't have $92,000 to spend on a robot kitchen.
Would you guys go to a robot kitchen and have food from a robot kitchen? I'll tell you right now, I would try it. I'd be interested, but I will almost guarantee I won't get as good of a meal as if I was in a 5-star restaurant.
We should try this.
To break it down,
we should go to Spice.
All right, we can go to Spice. It's in Boston. There's only one location. It's in Boston.
Okay.
And we can give that a shot.
I bet that one guy doing the toppings is so fucking lonely. Yeah. We should interview him and have him roast this.
Yeah. I'd be curious. Okay, so deal. Next time we're in Boston, which we're in Boston a lot, we will seek this restaurant out, and
Spice with a Y,
and we'll check it out, and we'll let you guys know. And if you guys go to Spice, let us know.
Yeah, let me know. There's got to be somebody in Boston, right?
Yeah, I'm very, very curious about this robot.
At
kitchen.
Deathwish Dustin, at Jeff Wish Coffee, send us a DM, drop into our DMs. Let us know how Spice is in Boston. I'm super curious, right?
Super curious.
Take pictures.
D-Man's Death Wish Update. Brought to you by Death Wish Coffee.
Alrighty, D-Man. So tomorrow, we talked about it last week on the show. They're coming out tomorrow. Our stress balls.
You know, I thought I liked the mug one, but it's not as good to squeeze.
I really like
this.
This
is the best one to squeeze.
But just so you guys know, and I want to be very clear about this, we made 3 different versions so it can be fun when you get your stress ball. So this is how it's going to go. Any order placed tomorrow on deathwishcoffee.com will receive for free one of these 3 stress balls, whether it be the mug, the K-Cup, or the hockey puck, just normal logo one. And it'll all be at random which one you receive. Now, if you're a Death Wish Coffee subscriber, in your next subscription, same deal. One of these 3 will be in your order. We're not selling these. It's not a set. It's just something fun that we wanted to create and allow everybody to have the chance to get a fun new little freebie product. We're really excited about it. Coming out tomorrow. So any order placed on the website tomorrow will get one of these 3. And like we said, they're all fun to squeeze. They're all fun.
This is the best one. Just get that anger out, man.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. The last couple shows I've been saying this, and I want to say it again. Go on over to deathwishcoffee.com/contests. That's where all of our contests live every single week, and including our free coffee for a month and our really cool, crazy contests we do every single week. And for the last 2 weeks, we've been running our space contest. And guys, I don't know if you really understand how cool this contest is. All you got to do, go on over to deathwishcoffee.com/contest, and you can enter to win a pound of coffee, whether it's ground, whole bean, or K-Cups. And then also, like we showed you before, the awesome Space Odyssey t-shirt.
So cool.
Which will be released soon, but you'll win it before it's released with that awesome Space Odyssey logo and the little flag, the DWCC flag on the front. Great t-shirt. And the thing I'm most excited about.
This is so cool.
This is the Space Oddity mug that will be coming out very soon near the end of the year. It won't look like this, though. It'll have a different color scheme. We only made 10 of these. Gave a couple to astronauts. Mike Brown has one. And we have a couple left over. And we wanted to do something special. So 3 winners will win that pound of coffee, a shirt, and this mug. And the coolest thing about this mug
so cool.
is it is signed by astronaut Nicole Stott on the bottom. And she wrote all of her mission numbers on the bottom of this mug. How freaking cool is that? Only 560 odd people have been astronauts and have been to space. Out of all of the billions of human beings that have ever existed, only 567 human beings have been in space, and this is one of them. Touched this mug and signed it, and you get a chance to win it. How freaking cool is that?
I mean, we don't even get a chance to win that.
No, we don't.
I'm kind of sad about it.
Yeah,
but.
like I said, Mike gets one. Mike owns the company, so he gets all the cool stuff. But so cool. When we had Nicole on the show just recently, she was here at the studio. We cornered her and we were like, would you like to sign some of these? And she was like, definitely. So she signed some up for us. It's really great. And you guys got a chance to win it. deathwishcoffee.com/contest. It's that easy.
I can't believe how big these mugs are.
It's the biggest mug we've ever made.
I can't believe how big these mugs are.
Yeah, it's the biggest one we've ever made. And like I said, we will be releasing them to the masses. It's just going to have a little bit different of a color scheme on it, which will be fun. So this is a variant you won't ever see again.
So cool.
So cool. Speaking of cool, you guys missed the unboxing, and I'll put a good photo of this up there right here. We're making mug hooks, guys, and this came out so damn awesome. Go on back and listen to the episode that we had with sculptor Paul Harding. This dude makes stuff for Marvel, DC, Star Wars, the coolest stuff out there, and we knew that he was an awesome sculptor, so we were like, what would you think about making a mug hook? So he designed this, and we worked with a kick-ass pewter company. And, yep, it'll hang on your wall and hold your mug, or you can put it underneath something, and it's got that lip that it'll hold like there. It's got the DWCC logo right on it, and it'll come with screws so you can screw it into the wall. And I'm going to preface this by saying, when you order this mug hook, and it comes with the screws in the box that we're designing, and it comes to your house, that's the best we can do for you guys. Okay, so when you're hanging this somewhere, make sure you screw it into a stud in your wall or a good hard surface, or, we can't hold your hand past just allowing you to have this. So if you screw it into a bad surface and it falls off your wall, don't blame us. You gotta make sure that this is held tight, especially if you're gonna put a really cool mug on it. But man, I'm so excited about this thing. And this is coming out very soon. We're gonna release these, and you'll be able to get them. And
it's not real soon. We actually have quite a bit of time before we release these.
Before the end of the year.
Yes.
And what's really cool about this is going to be a product that hopefully, working with this pewter company, that we're going to try and keep in stock forever, for a very long time, because we know everybody loves to collect mugs, and it's not cheap to make these, although we're going to give them to you for a good price, but it'll be as cool as collecting the mugs, collecting these. So like I look at it like, I'll get one and I'll put my favorite mug on it, and then I'll get another one and put my second favorite mug on it. Like those would be the ones that I really want to like show off will be on these mugs, and I am very, very, very excited about it.
Yeah, super high quality. They look super awesome. Paul did such a good job sculpting.
Such a good job. finally, I just want to say, speaking of mugs, the next mug that we are coming out with, we announced on a recent live, and it is to benefit the Special Olympics. Every year, we did a thing called Run Dead. And this year, it's changed. It is called Be Our Superhero. And we couldn't be more excited to be a part of this. It's going to be a field day. There's going to be all sorts of fun stuff to do. But all of the proceeds from that and all of the proceeds from our mug will go to help the Special Olympics. And I'm showing you guys the medallion on that mug right now. I'm not even sure the color. I think we have the color picked out in the type of mug picked out.
Sure hope we do.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we do.
I know we do. I just don't know.
We'll show you that finished mug when we've got it, but I'm really excited about this logo designed by our own Thomas Dragonetti, and that will be the medallion on those mugs. Once again, it's not Run Dead this year. It's Be Our Superhero, and we're really excited about that. I'll put up some links that you guys can follow if you guys want to donate or be a part of the event. And I think that's it, guys. That was a lot. We got some more cool stuff to tell you next week, so make sure you tune into the update and the show and the podcast next week. And that's the show, guys. Thank you so much for watching. One more time, if you want to follow Dustin and myself on the interwebs, it's really easy. I am at Jeff Wish Coffee.
And I am at Death Wish Dustin.
And we can't thank you enough for watching the show, sharing the show, dropping comments in there. One lucky comment, as soon as we sign off, will be picked to win the Das Horn this week. And next week, we'll have another giveaway and another new show. Don't forget, tune in tomorrow for our brand new podcast episode 91 with Colin Delaney, wrestler, coffee and comic and cereal shop owner, all around good dude. Lots of fun in that episode. I definitely recommend watching it over listening to it because there's going to be a lot of fun surprises in there as well. And thanks so much for watching the show, guys, and enjoying what we do. And we'll be back next week.